The Romanian deadlift, also known as 𝗤𝗫𝘀𝘁𝗵𝗲. This is my favorite exercise and deadlift variation for building muscle and strength at our posterior chain, more specifically the glutes and hamstrings. The lower and upper back muscles will also be involved as they need to work to keep our spine stable during this movement. Now, before we get any weights involved, let's take a look at the movement itself, which is a full hip hinge. The movement should only be happening at our hips. So let's start from the ground up. Standing upright, place your feet at hip width apart with your toes pointing forward. Next, have a slight bend in your knees and then lock them into position right there. We don't want to hyperextend our knees or have any movement at all in your knees during this exercise. Moving up, we want our chest out and shoulders back. Now, it's important to understand that this is a hip extension exercise, meaning it's our hips moving back and forth and not our torso moving up and down. So, to start the movement from your starting position, think about slowly pushing your hips back. As a result, your torso starts tilting forward and down, while your back stays straight. We are not rounding our back to go down, we are pushing back with our hips to go back. If you are struggling to get this part, a common coaching cue I like to use in this case is, imagine you're standing up with your hands full and you need to close the door right behind you. So what are you going to do? Push back with your hips and close that door. Once you can no longer push back any further with your hips, that's the end of that backward movement. Start driving your hips forward into that starting position. Now, let's perform the 𝗤𝗫𝘀𝘁𝗵𝗲 with a pair of dumbbells. Unlike the regular deadlift, the Romanian deadlift starts from the top, from a standing position. So hold the dumbbells in front of you against your outer quads, not directly in front of your quads. There should be no movement at your elbows, you are just holding the weights. As you start the movement, it's important that you keep the weights as close as possible to your legs, because if you allow the weights to travel forward and away from your body, you will be shifting the load more onto your lower back, which is not something we want here. With each rep, as you push back with your hips, you should feel your hamstrings stretching, and you should almost be searching for that stretch with each rep. Common mistake to watch out for is keeping your head up while at the bottom position, which can potentially create stress and pain for you around that neck area. Your neck is still a part of your spine, and we want to maintain that neutral spine position throughout this movement. In terms of breathing, this is how it should look like during this exercise. That's going to be it for this video. I hope it was useful. If you have any questions, you can let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.